Let's get back to our election coverage and another check of the electoral map. Check those 9 states out in gray. Still at this hour, undecided. The presidential race hanging in the balance. They're counting ballots as we speak.
That's right. And one of the states that's a squeaker, state that Joe Biden had high hopes late in the game of flipping in this election, but we shall see, is Georgia. And that state's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, is with us now. Mr. Secretary, good morning on a busy morning. I guess the big question is, Hoda?
Yeah, we want to know, when are we going to get your votes? When are we going to find out who's won your state?
Well, we have about 2% left to go. We had great success yesterday. We had 4.7 million voters that voted, record breaker for us, beats the 4.1 in 2016. We also had average wait time of only 2 minutes, statewide average. We have about 2% left to go, and you can see where we are right now with the results that have been reported. I don't think it'll change any of the outcomes, but that's what really people that make those predictions do. What we'll do is get...
Well, that was interesting, though. We were just getting to the good part there because the Secretary of State said they got 2% left to count, Chuck, but he did not think it would change the outcome.
That's interesting.
But then he deferred to the prognosticators, which I think is over to you.
Look, I can just tell you what our models say and it's where those counties are. They are heavily Democratic counties, and it's the Atlanta numbers. So it is going to shrink, perhaps, if I were an arbiter of an election result, I wouldn't want to be the one saying yes, and when we count the vote, it'll change the result. I think his job is to be the umpire.
Well, let's ask Mr. Secretary. Can you hear me now? You just were saying something.
I'm getting phone bombed or something.
Oh, okay. Well, fair. You're a busy guy. You're probably all your friends wanting to know the same thing we want to know, which is when is Georgia going to report its results? But you said something interesting, sir. You said 2% left to count. You didn't think, however, that it would be changing the outcome. Right. Is that based on your analysis of where those votes are outstanding, or are you just guessing it because of the fact that it's only 2%?
We don't guess. What we do is report. We just see where the candidates are right now in both presidential, congressional, senatorial, and you look at how many votes are out there. Even if one of the candidates got 100%, it probably wouldn't be enough to move it one way or the other.
Gotcha.
But it is what it is. We'll just wait till everything's done. The counties are working diligently to get that done today.
Okay. Can I ask you, sir, there was a report from it appears to be from the United States Postal Service data showing a failure to deliver mail ballots from voters across the country on Election Day, including in Georgia, in the Atlanta area. Do you know anything about that?
Well, we have no control over the Postal Service. That's why we went ahead and we implemented absentee ballot drop boxes. We also told everyone that you should not rely on the Postal Service when you get too close to the end of the election. And that's why the absentee ballot drop boxes were available for everyone to drop those off until 7 p.m. last night. And so they've been very well received by our voters.
Well, fair enough. And it is really a question for the Postal Service. But let me ask you, on your side of things, did you notice any suspicious drop off in the amount of absentee ballots that were returned? In other words, is there any reason for you to believe that maybe there could be thousands of ballots that did not get returned in time by the Postal Service?
No, there's nothing that we have, any knowledge of right now. I know that our county election directors in all of our large metropolitan areas reached out to their local postal officer to make sure that we're going to have, really regular service. And we had worked through any questions there might be. They understood the importance of making sure that all those mailed absentee ballots got to where they needed to be to all your county election offices.
And real quick, you said 2% left to count. 10 seconds. Are you going to get it today or no? Yes or no? That's all I got time for.
Yes, you'll get it
all right,
end of the day.
Great. We love a short one-word answer. We're back first. This is Today on NBC.
NBC News, streaming free now.
Do you think